As parents, you always wonder who your children are going to end up with and what they will be like. Mark and I have 2 wonderful daughter-in-laws, so the bar is set very high. When Megan moved to Cincinnati, Mark was busy farming, so it was just Megan and I who moved her in. I told her before I left home that she needed to find a church to go to. In one of my many calls to her after, I asked her if she had found a church to go to, and she said, yes, I did. It's not in walking distance, but a neighbor and I take turns driving together. I said, perfect, don't ask no more, right? She's going to church. So a couple weeks later, Mark and I went down to Cincinnati. It was homecoming weekend. We're walking a couple houses down, and there's these guys out playing cornhole. So she introduced us, and so we did some small talk and got ready to move on. And just as we're turning to leave, she looks at me and she says, oh, that Joe there, that's who I go to church with. That was our first Joe sighting.
Joe and I first met a couple of days before physical therapy classes began. It was a pretty big meeting because we had signed a lease to live together for a year already at that point. So I crossed my fingers and hoped it would go well. We got to know each other at a local dive bar called Dive Bar in Clifton. In our relationship, I'm known as the one who gets emotional, talks about their feelings. But by the end of this night, Joe had told me a few things that would be the most sad moments of his life. It was at this point I knew we were going to be very close. From that point on, we started having occasional wine nights. I got to know the type of man Joe was through some of these chats. And to put it simply, Joe's the best.
Joe Paparazzi. When Megan first told me his last name, I was like, what? But right when I met him, I knew he was someone special. And I know that sounds so cliche to say, but let me tell you why. The wall she puts up to protect herself was, the wall I'm talking about, was very much down. I have never seen her so vulnerable around someone. She was visibly happy and open around him. It was like no one else existed in the world when I watched them interact. And if that's not enough to win the best friend over, he was definitely gonna make sure that he did. But one night, as we stood there conversing, looking at her from afar, he said to me, and I quote, V, let me tell you what, I'm the luckiest guy in the world that beautiful girl likes me. And with that, I left Cincinnati sure of 2 things. 1, this man is even more obsessed with this girl than I am. And 2, he has unbelievable, spectacular, tremendous dance moves.
Joe and Meg together are just incredible to be around. No matter the situation, their energy is palpable. It's really been my pleasure the last 3 years seeing his love blossom.
I have such peace in my heart handing her over to you, knowing how much you love her, and that you know how lucky you are to have her. And Megan, I'm so happy you found your person for life. I would choose Joe over and over again because I know he will love and provide for you, and that's all that I can ask.
Can't wait to see what all you accomplish. We love you both. We're proud to call you both friends. And without further ado,
to the new Mr. and Mrs. Paparazzi.
Dear Megan Marie, I love you and I can't wait to keep loving you for the rest of my life. Ever since the moment I met you, I knew God put you in my life for a reason. From the days of making pasta together in the apartments to the impromptu cake and beer runs, I knew you were my soulmate. I can't promise to always be the best husband in the world, but I promise to always be the best husband that I can to you. I will inevitably mess up cleaning up to Megan's standards or forget something you told me 3 times, but I promise I will never stop until I'm the best for you.
Through her many athletic achievements, noted on the wall, 1,000 points in basketball, 1,000 kills. I enjoyed getting to watch her succeed and achieve her dreams. During her college years, Megan and I remained close. Eventually, Megan ended up at UC for PT school. And when we would talk, she kept bringing up a classmate. Eventually, we got to meet her classmate. It was clear he was a great fit for Megan. Not only did he have similar values in his life, but he encouraged her and made her better. Joe, thank you for loving Megan and accepting her as she is. As you look around tonight, I think it's clear you both have amazing people in your life. However, I know there's one person missing tonight. You really, really wanted here.
Congratulations, Megan and Joe. Okay, I love you.
Let's all raise a glass and congratulate Megan and Joe.
For both of you, you are very competitive, which is something that's awesome, something that's beautiful. One of the things that I love about St. John's Gospel, when Jesus had his encounter with Peter, he said, "Peter, do you love me more than these?" And so one way to interpret that is, do you love me more than they love me? Do you love me more than you love them? Compete with one another to see who can love the other more, because you are in this partnership for life. We raise a glass that the Lord may grant you many, many years in health and happiness and love and joy and peace all the days of your life.
Through all the life's adventures we've been through, I can't wait to start this new chapter of our marriage with you. As I'm writing this, the next time I will see you is in your wedding dress coming down the aisle, and I can't wait to have the best day of my life married you. We truly have been through the most difficult things that life can throw at us. Not a single thing throughout this process has been easy, but I think that just prepares us for what life is going to throw at us as a married couple. I will have no doubt that through all the different times, this will only make our marriage that much stronger. That no matter what life wants to throw at us, we will beat it as long as we have each other.